Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
As expected, the last two games in this series have been right down to the wire at the very razor's edge. 2 nights ago, it was Dylan Dingler striking out against Cade Smith to close out the ball game. The Tigers have had early leads in the series, but frustration later in the game as Cleveland did surmount a late deficit to get into extra innings and eventually take game number 3 of this series by the count of 3-2 with a run in the 9th and 2 in the 10th. And so to salvage an opportunity to win 1 today, Casey Mize is back to the hill as Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is presented by Bet365. And we have a sneaky good pitching matchup today. Jason Benetti, Andy Dirks, Johnny Kane is downstairs. Casey Mize versus Joey Cantillo on the mound. You know, it's not 2 opening day headliners, but 2 guys that have intriguing matchups, starting with Casey against all these lefties,
who have both pitched pretty well throughout the course of this season. They got a good variety of pitches. Casey's been outstanding, especially against left-handed hitters. You would always think of him as a good pitcher against righties, but against lefties, his slider has been on point this season. Casey's established the fastball, able to get the little wrinkle in the slider that's baffling left-handed hitters. You see him throwing it on the outside edge there. Keeping it away from him, he'll get him to swing underneath it on a horizontal plane. He can also go down in the zone with a little more vertical drop to get him to swing under it. But look how he uses the top rail on the slider. It's almost the same effect as like a cutter that's coming in at the top of the zone. And by the time the guy sees the wrinkle, it's a little too late. Can't quite get on it.
Meantime, Joey Cantillo, this is going to surprise you, but the Guardians have a left-hander with a changeup.
Yeah, shocking, right? You can see the action on it right there coming out of his hand. The key to a good changeup is the arm action. And if you see Cantillo's arm, it whips through like it's a 4-seam fastball, and then it pumps the brakes, and hitters are way out in front of it. And as guys have been hitting his fastball much better, he is going to the changeup more and more. You see the whiff rate on it, 44%. With 2 strikes, the Tigers have to have an answer for that pitch.
It's going to be a marvelous pitcher's duel coming up, we would imagine. There's one on the books on this day in history that is tough to top, and we'll tell you about that next.
Freedom.
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan, grab a $5 McChicken meal today. By Rally House Michigan, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by Steel, find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. Before Ron Darling started spraying people with champagne and before Frank Viola started throwing strike 3, they were just 2 young lads trying to get their diplomas. Back in 1981 on this day, our One More Thing is what's widely known as the best college baseball game ever played. The NCAA Regionals, 2,500 people were in attendance to watch these two go 12-11, 7 hits, 1 hit, 1 run. That's it. 1-0 St. John's over Yale, and 2 guys that became legends.
In those days, too, you got 1 good pitcher on your staff. You're going to ride him out. Frank got the best of Old Ron on that day, though.
And the reason the hook here for this ball game today, not only this day in history, Ron Darling was born in Hawaii. He's one of the leaders all time of strikeouts in Hawaii. Joey Cantillo was also born in Hawaii.
Full circle.
Yeah, first pitch is next.
Here.
Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. And all that attachment to Hawaii and One More Thing is just aspirational here. I think we all just want to see the weather get 70 and above for the rest of the season. Bask responsibly is the advice from Weather Graphic today. It's great. It's great. Little ones don't know. 50 degrees, 20 degrees, Celsius, Fahrenheit, Kelvin, they don't care. They just want to be outside. They want to be outside, watch a baseball game. Easy as that. Tigers starting pitcher, presented by Wallside Windows today, is Casey Mize.
excited to see Casey second start back from coming off the IL. He pitched really well in his last outing. The split finger was working in his favor, but the slider's been the pitch the lefties have had the most trouble with. And with all the switch hitters in this Guardians order and lefties, he's only going to face one righty, so he's going to have that mix working well against left-handed bats.
He is, by damage, weighted on base average, right, which takes into account the holistic offensive performance. He is the 4th best at getting left-handers out for a right-handed pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. Here's his last start against Toronto. You see the swing and miss number at 10.
And the location of the pitches. When the split finger is down, it performs really well. What's interesting about his slider is he's had success with it up at the top rail and at the bottom of the zone. It almost takes 2 different personality types depending on where it starts and where it finishes.
Oh, I like that kind of a split mind of a pitcher. You wouldn't know anything about having a split mind. Guardians batting order. This is weighted runs created plus against right-handed pitchers. It's interesting. You would imagine that the Cleveland left-handers would torment right-handed pitching. Some of them do. Some of them don't. They've actually been better against left-handed pitching, surprisingly, in a couple of spots as well. So that's what Casey Mize is looking at. And the defense behind him is hopeful to get through the first 4 innings as cleanly as they did for Drew Anderson yesterday. Green and Vierling and Perez, McGonigal, Short, Lee, and Torkelson. Dylan Dingler is the catcher, and the defense has improved the last 5 games. The wins have not shown it, but that's a good sign for this team.
They have to play good defense. If you're going to play close games and the offense isn't going to score a boatload of runs, that's what you got to deal with.
So that's the defense presented by Marygrove Awnings, and that's the first pitch. Wheels up time, 1:10 p.m. on this lovely Thursday afternoon in downtown Detroit. Daniel Schneemann leads it off for Cleveland, and he punches this to shortstop. Zach Short gives some ground and delivers out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out for Casey Mize.
Using the sinker right out the chute. A little 2-seam action. Got him a little squibber out there to Short. The Tigers would love to see Casey go a little deeper in this game than he did the last one. Probably, I know they were wanting to limit his pitch count coming off the IL.
Especially after a pitching chaos bullpen day yesterday when the Tigers had to expend more than half of their bullpen. You'd like to have that length as Ramirez takes a strike. Jose Ramirez has 4 hits in the series. 3 have gone for extra bases. 1 ball, 1 strike, and StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, has him on a platter for you. You see the home run, couple of doubles in there. The strikeouts have come, not surprisingly, twice out of the zone. He has been aggressive both in and out of the strike zone in this series.
He's swinging a lot. But he's a guy that can put bat to ball on any ball in any location, which sometimes a hitter makes you chase a little more.
Home run in a silo. Short leaves it for Green, and Riley makes the catch for out number 2.
You spent much time in a silo?
No, I haven't. And I haven't.
Do you know what a silo is?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we
big, tall. They used to store grain in them.
Yeah, and
for the kids
at
home might not know what a silo is.
You're right.
It's a very tall structure, circular in shape. So you'd have to hit it basically straight up to get it out of there. Yeah, a lot like that. Yeah, silo shape.
Our camera crew is ridiculous.
Oh, they found a silo in downtown Detroit.
I mean, it's ridiculous. They're like the Usain Bolt of camera people. They're just across the finish line. You don't even blink. What's up there?
It's like some kind of satellite technology. There's that slider right there that Casey's done a nice job with against the lefties. The location starts away off the plate, comes back on, and you see the shape. It just stays up enough. These hitters keep swinging under it.
And swinging through 2-seam fastballs. Casey Mize torturing left-handed bats all year.
Hits him with the slider first, comes back in a similar location with the sinker and blows it by him.
For fun for schools.
Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. WRC Plus, weighted runs created plus against left-handed pitching. Matt Vierling, Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson above average. The Riley Green number, I mean, it is historically good left on left stuff from Riley, as Matt Vierling will face the left-hander from the island of Oahu, Joey Cantillo. First pitch is upstairs, ball one from Cantillo. He was a 16th round pick of the Padres back in 2017 out of high school on Oahu in the southeast portion of the island, southeast of Honolulu proper. And he's 2-0 on Matt Vierling here.
Not where he wants to live. Behind in the count. He's got a changeup. That's his equalizer to the right-handed bats. He'll throw it in any count. And the four-seam he throws a lot of. A few breaking balls.
There's a strike called. First time we hear from Manny Gonzalez, the plate umpire today.
You got to slow the pace down a little bit against Joey if you're the Tigers, because he's not going to blow your doors off, especially with the off speed and the curveballs. They're slower than most varieties.
So if you're in the box, how do you remind yourself of that? What's your trigger?
Directional hitting. Like, look to hit the ball to right field to keep you on his variety of off speed and breaking pitches, because his fastball, could it be sneaky? Yeah, he's got some extension, but I just don't see it being a pitch unless it's located up that's really going to get by you.
He's gone 4 straight fastballs to open the game against Matt Vierling. There's a 5th one. So against right-handers, he is below 50% four-seam fastball for the year. That changeup is about 1/3 of the time, and Matt has not seen one yet.
It's probably in his mind. That's why he's fouling off the fastball.
There's your first non-fastball. It's a curve that's fouled away. So 6 pitches to start, as Tanner Bybee was extremely economically sound yesterday. Found his way into the late innings in that Cleveland win in bonus baseball. 2-2 coming. And it's wrapped foul of third. There's your first changeup. That's the thing about baseball, even with the pitch timer. You could veritably have a 30-minute at bat. Nothing's stopping you.
There's no rule against it.
Nope.
Just keep fouling them off.
2-2. That's ball 3. It's a curveball. So now he peppers him with fastballs. Now he hasn't seen a fastball in the wilderness for a while.
You can't sell out fastball, though, with 3-2 count as much as you want to. Still take the fastball to right field. That'll keep you on the other stuff. At least give you a chance to foul it off or hook it down the left field line if he does throw it.
Foul ball again from Vierling. So since the year 2000, let's see, can you have a 30-minute at bat? 15 from Dylan Dingler last year tied JD Martinez, the other Carlos Guillen, and Brandon Inge, the other ones doing the Spanish language radio broadcast, a couple booths down. As that's fouled away again by Vierling. Matt's going to challenge it. That's 10.
It's a good way to start a game. You'd like to get one in play for a hit or a walk, but if you keep spoiling pitches, you work on the pitch count. He's seen pretty much everything he's got. He hasn't thrown him a slider yet.
3-2 is in there for strike 3. It's a curveball that locked him up, so 11 pitches to a punch out.
It's a breaking ball. Breaking ball that looks like it starts up and away and comes back over the plate. And you see Vierling just gave up on it. Anytime a guy's got a big breaking ball, you get to a 2-strike count. You got to know if it starts out there, you got to keep tracking it. If you give up on it too early, it'll come back over the plate.
Now the lefties see the slider much more than the changeup, but the fastball still reigns supreme, and there is a high fastball to McGonigal. So the pattern has been cemented against Kevin. Early elevated fastballs.
Lots of high heat and sliders away from the left-handed arms.
He'll punch that into right field. That's a base hit on a curveball.
Saw that one out of the hand. Anytime guys got a big 12-6 curveball on your lefty, you know if it starts at your face, don't give up on it. That's the one that's going to come back down to the heart of the zone. Good job by McGonigal to stay on it, get a knock, get a base run. This is where Dingler's got to be wise not to try to pound one of those breaking balls into the ground. Look for that four seam, get something up in the zone.
Not that far up, ball one. Cantillo, though, you know, when you look at his pitch types, you don't see a sinker pop up. So the Guardians have loved to kind of ferret that sinker into Dylan Dingler. That doesn't exist here. And so Dylan powers this to left field. It's way back there, and it is kept in the park. Angel Martinez rescues a possible two-run home run, and Dylan Dingler has a double. Let's see, did he actually get a piece of that or not? Or did it just stay in the ballpark? Because no, he didn't actually get a piece of it. It went around his glove, and it's second and third. So Martinez got hit in the hand on the backside of it. The glove went over the fence. It was just short of the fence. And the Tigers nonetheless have two on with one out. Martinez got hit on the hand with that, and he's looking at his hand, so it did catch a piece of him, but he didn't keep it in the park.
Guardians are going to bring the infield in right out the gate. They know that runs are premium in this series. Left on left changeup floated up and in on Riley. But when a guy's hitting breaking balls and hitting fastballs and hitting everything left on left, they're going to try to mix in some different pitches. You don't see a ton of left on left changeups traditionally. He will throw one once in a while. That just shows how good Riley's been.
1-1 for him here. Is swung through. It's a changeup. Left on left. 1-2. Hot Corner says the on-base percentage is up 117 points. Best in Major League Baseball by like a lot. Hot Corner is daytime casual. 2-2 on Riley Green.
This changeup's a little different look. Left on left for Riley right here. You're used to seeing breaking balls and the fastball, but since he doesn't have a sinker to try to run in on the hands, he's worried that his breaking ball is going to get hit. See the adjustment by Riley to stay back on the pitch a little bit, read it for a millisecond longer in case it is the changeup. And this is the approach that he's been refining throughout the year to put more contact into his game, especially in these spots.
Infield in. 2-2. It's popped up back of home. This is a long inning for Cantillo. The Tigers are really making him labor through it.
See McGonigal on fair ground right there.
It's where the Tigers like to take their leads over on third base. Another foul ball.
You know, it's interesting not trying a breaking ball away at all. You know, and that shows after he gave up the hit to McGonigal. They think Riley's waiting on that breaking pitch, which he's destroyed this year left on left. That's the one he keeps thinking that's the breaking ball. Riley does. Because it's a little different than the fastball, and where it starts, if that's a slider, it's going to come back down over the plate. But the changeup just stays.
Two and two. Wave and a miss. Another left on left changeup and a second strikeout for Cantillo.
Just a completely different look left on left for Riley Green here. Lots of changeups. You see that one where it starts and ends up, but never saw a breaking ball the whole at bat. Put that one in the memory bank if you're Riley against Cantillo.
Jemai Jones takes one in the dirt. McGonigal had a pretty substantial lead over at third. If that got away from Bailey, he was coming.
Ready to rock. He also got to watch out. They will backpick. This Guardians team will. So be smart, get down the line, get a good aggressive lead, but as soon as it's caught, be hustling back to third base for Kevin McGonigal.
When you see the way they've prioritized catching on their roster. I mean, they go get Bailey and trade him out on the roster for Naylor, who was a better hitter historically. Boy, that changeup just absolutely dies on the vine.
Yeah, that one starts away and then it just fades even further away. And Jemai, once he decided to go, and it wasn't the fastball, that was pretty much it with that pitch.
You can easily throw that again, right?
Yeah, Jemai's going to have to really shorten up and look to hit the ball to right. Let the ball travel a tick longer, or he'll get you out in front of the changeup and get swing and miss. And you want ball in play right here.
He went to the curveball, 2-2.
Contact plays. Ground ball up the middle scores a run. They're going on contact. If there's anything hit on the ground, McGonigal's going to go.
Little piece of it, and Bailey was not able to hang on. It's going to be 30 for Cantillo. This is the most pitches he's thrown in any inning this year, right out of the gate today.
Big 2-out knock. Benetti. Tigers need it.
Would love to have it. Pitch number 30. Slider. Interesting.
He's working. I mean, Tigers hitters are making him work. He's throwing everything up there. They keep fouling pitches off.
Three and two. He walked him. Bases loaded for Torque. Little surprising that he didn't earlier go back to that changeup that he got the swing and miss on. He didn't see another one. Jemai Jones, he fouled one off.
Yeah. He saw one other changeup. But it shows when you're trying to think through things and you're not dotting pitches in the location you want them every time. You're going to waste some more pitches, but good job by the Tigers not swinging much out of the zone, staying with an approach, and now it's going to give Torque a shot with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
So you wonder if Cantillo, after a meeting on the mound and a walk to load the bases, if he's going to feed him a fastball on the first pitch. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. He's allowed 4 homers on the 4-seam fastball to right-handers this year. Even 2 of them, middle away. One of them's middle.
Yeah. Well, Torque's hit the fastball pretty decent this year. You would imagine they're going to want to go soft away. That's been the spot where pitchers have gone when there's big situations against him.
First one is hit in the air for right field. DeLauder angles toward the line and makes the catch. And the inning ends with the bases loaded. We're scoreless through 1.
After a 10-pitch first inning, Casey Mize back out here at the top of the second. Of course, coming off his first outing after the rehab. 6 innings, scoreless baseball against the Toronto Blue Jays. You know, Casey was talking about how this game is so tough and it's going to throw a lot of different things at you. He said, the thing I try to do every time I come back is I just try to be steady, be myself, be the best version of myself. And I'd ask the same thing of my teammates to do the same thing. What you can't do is try to fill the roles of others. Just go out there, be the best version of yourself, dig deep within, and these guys are going to be able to pull themselves out of what has been a difficult stretch of baseball, and I'm not telling you guys anything.
No, certainly, Johnny. And Casey Mize gets a little tapper there. Third base side, it's McGonigal to collect it. And there's out number 1.
It's an individual sport played by the collective. So each individual has to play their role, do their job for a squad in order for you to be good.
You know, Casey has matured in that way over the years. He mentioned that to Dickerson and I on the podcast last year, that when he was in Double-A and his first Double-A start was a no-hitter, he was like, all right, conquered that. You know, he said to us that all of the injury issues that he's been through and everything he's dealt with at the major league level has made him a better teammate, just in understanding that everybody is going through something.
Yeah.
And this team is going through it together. Jake Rogers said at postgame, he said yesterday, he was like, we're not playing good baseball right now. We know it. And you appreciate the candor, because it's true. The Tigers have not played the same quality of baseball as they did at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025.
Yeah.
Hey, if you remember, Jason, when you go back to what happened during that magical run, right, from August on in 2024, I was actually just having this conversation with a fan before the game. If you went back and asked the guys, there wasn't a seminal moment, right? You could find the date on the calendar when they started to traject, but there wasn't like a moment where they said, well, once this happened, then it clicked. It just clicked, and then it started to continue. And I think that's what you have to keep in mind, obviously, here. You know, you played a third of the season. Great catch by Matty V in center field. You just have to keep showing up every day and then understand that that is within itself, that you can get this thing turned around. And when I was talking with Andre Knott, the sideline reporter for the Cleveland Guardians, he said last year, go back to July 6th, the Guardians were 15 and a half games out. They reminded themselves of what the Tigers were able to do at the end of 2024 when they made their run, because nothing was impossible. There was never any deficit that was too big that they could climb out of. Now, obviously, you didn't like to see what happened at the end of last year, where Cleveland was able to come and catch Detroit to win the division title. But that's the beauty of this game. 112 games, including today, still remain. Keep showing up to work. Keep doing the right things. Be the best version of yourself. Anything's possible.
Cleveland lost 10 in a row, ending with a Tigers sweep at Progressive Field to drop 15 and a half back. That was in July. Obviously still playable. Tigers need to win some. We're scoreless through 1.5.
$200 in bonus bets.
No score, bottom two, the Guardians and Tigers. And Johnny brought up, and as we went to break, we were talking about Cleveland's deficit last year. They were 15 and a half back on July the 8th, and that was after they had won 2 games in Houston. They looked dead to rights. They go to Houston and they sweep the Astros. They won 3 of 4 at the White Sox. That kind of reverted their season into something that they could make out of it for Stephen Vogt. But they went on that 10-game losing streak last year, and we've heard players talk about how they felt like they could still make a run, and Johnny was discussing that earlier. Cleveland in that 10-game losing streak last year scored 15 runs in 10 games. That's a 1.5 a night.
Rough. That is real tough to win any games when you're scoring 1 a night, 1.5.
That feels like the end of civilization in a baseball clubhouse. They got shut out 5 times in that stretch. We have an ABS challenge.
The catcher is challenging.
It's powered by T-Mobile, and it's a challenge by Bailey of a ball call of Manny Gonzalez, and he's
Call
right.
is overturned. It's a strike. Cleveland retained their challenge.
1-2 on Wenzel Perez. Baseball is a game that when it starts in March now, as that's off the end of the bat, middle infielders are both chasing, and eventually it is reeled in by Rocchio.
Thought that one might have had a chance to find grass and broke his bat. He hit it on the end. But both middle infielders got back there quick. Rocchio takes the lead, makes the basket catch.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Andy, when baseball starts in March, more than any other sport opening its year, there's hope, right? It's not only hope of a winning season, hope of the playoffs, but hope of it being warm out, right? Baseball comes with this whole seasonal affective disorder thing. And when it goes south early, it feels like that finish line is never going to get there in a good way. And we can't guarantee the Tigers are going to dig out of this. We can't.
No, you can't guarantee anything in this sport.
Because both things happened, right? 2024 happened. The Tigers made an incredible, otherworldly run to the tape to make it to the postseason. And then 2025 also happened. The Tigers really struggled down the stretch. played poor baseball and barely made the playoffs. So at 20-30, we're living both sides of the anything can happen again already. It's not supposed to happen until September, and it's happening in May, where you have to then, first of all, say, what are the odds of them being 20-30 with this roster? What are the odds of the injuries? And then what are the odds of them making the playoffs?
Yeah.
With three different tones of voice.
I mean, you would say in this situation compared to 2024, though, you know you have some horses coming back to the squad. So the hopes would be higher this year than they were in 2024. But how it plays out,
we don't know. And we're not Pollyanna. It's like if they lost 10 in a row, we're going to tell you they lost 10 in a row again.
yeah.
Right? But there's always context as well. And Cleveland, just because they're in the ballpark and in front of us, is not the only reason. They rampaged to pass the Tigers last year from 15.5 down the start of the second week of July. That's all real and not some sort of a pitch.
No.
It's real.
But
it happened.
And then Cleveland could go on a cold streak this year. The Tigers could come back. This is the way these things unfold throughout the history of the game.
Or they might not.
Or they might just keep trucking right ahead. No worries.
And the folks that are saying, hey, the Tigers are done at 20-30, they might be right. The plan is for this team to not do that.
Yeah.
Two and two for Hao-Yu Lee. We got another challenge coming. It's brought to you by Figer Law.
Pitch, call a ball. The catcher is challenging.
Patrick Bailey has it in his scope again, and he is right again.
Ball is overturned. The batter is out. Cleveland retained.
So we asked the worst month of a team that made the postseason all time in Major League Baseball. And funny enough, the Tigers are on that list twice. The Tigers from last year had the 4th worst month of any team ever to make the postseason in Major League Baseball. There's a hit for Zach Short. He's got his first one since coming back on the roster, and he's on with 2 out.
You know that feels good for Zach Short. Record a hit, ground ball in the 6 hole between 3rd and short. Anytime your 9 hole can get on, especially if he's been struggling, it's a bonus. It's good. Turn the lineup over, keep things moving. Get the middle of your order up again quickly.
And see a changeup.
Well, that's all right. If it's early and you got a plan, if you're looking for a four-seam fastball and he throws you a changeup and you're fooled because you're trying to do a little damage on the pull side, swing through it. What you don't want to do there is slow your swing down and make contact. Now you can readjust your sight lines.
And then he'll readjust them back for you.
That pitch was just a ball. You swing at that one, you're in trouble.
Correct.
Yeah, there's not going to be much room at the end on this one. It starts away and then it just keeps fading away, and Vierling knows as soon as he let go after that, he said, that was a mistake to try to swing there.
Now will he go back there? He saw 2 changeups, Vierling did, and he pairs it with a curveball. That's a ground ball to short and Rocchio fields to finish off the inning. No score as usual earlier on the Bet365 scoreboard with Cleveland and the Tigers.
Find everything you...
If you're watching over on Fox, we thank you for joining us, and your home for all the Tigers action this season is more attainable than ever. Today's the last day to sign up to Detroit Sportsnet, presented by Bet365, to get that 7-day free trial that we've been talking about. Subscription gets you the Tigers all season long, the Red Wings starting in the fall. National exclusivities do apply, but please don't miss a moment of the action, as there is a fly ball to right field from Stephen Kwan. Wencel Perez makes the catch, and you can scan the QR code right under Kwan's nameplate, or Wencel Perez's right shoulder, to get your free trial today by visiting tigers.com/Detroit Sportsnet.
Fire up the grill, play ball.
Good to see Dan Miller and Jennifer Hammond here today over on Fox as well. Such wonderful partners.
That offer ends today.
Today. Like now-ish.
Yep. If you want that offer, go ahead and scan the QR code. Only 23 pitches so far for Mize.
Are you controlling the camera? I mean, you said it, and then we got the Detroit Sportsnet right field sign. I mean, the good thing about our broadcast is we're never individually working in our own silos.
Never in a silo.
We would never do that. We're always a team. We're always working in concert. No silos. Okay, maybe a couple
There's
silos.
a few silos.
All right,
okay.
maybe. Every once in a while, maybe.
There's a few spherical shaped objects.
All right, all
that are
right.
silo-ish.
Guilty as charged.
There could be silos, but there's not that many. Well,
oh,
okay.
That's a bendy silo. That's how the information travels sometimes. 2-2. It's downstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I guess the bat is a silo as well, is what they're trying to tell us. Our crew is unbelievable. 3-2 for Bailey, and he just threw his silo in frustration. Straight away, Matt Vierling makes the catch. So the Tigers and Guardians were scoreless through 6 last night. So we had to ask. Most games scoreless through the 6th inning since 2024. It's always the Pirates. The Pirates are always on that kind of leaderboard. The NL Central is the 0-0 festival, but Tigers Guardians is on the list, and they're just trying ever so slightly to get to the top of the mountain themselves today. Rocchio takes ball 1. It does feel like these games just speed through the first couple of innings. Like the first time through the order, rare is the day that you see a big number in these games.
Yeah, even long innings. The Tigers in the first inning had a nice long inning against Cantillo. A few walks, big double off the left field wall. Couldn't scratch any runs, but at least put pressure on. Oh yeah, there's that split finger. Think it's going to be a fastball. Nope. Drop this on the outer half, huh? See the depth profile.
In the air, right field side. That thing's going down the line, and it is a fair baseball. Brian Rocchio gets extra bases with 2 out in the 3rd.
He golfed that one. That's the split. It comes back more towards the inside part of the plate. Just goes down and gets it. I thought the ball might go foul. He stayed inside of it far enough to keep it fair. Perez plays it nicely off the wall. Limit it to a double, but look where that ball ended up. Lefties like it down and in. Kept his hands inside far enough not to hook it foul. That was a good job by Rocchio.
He's got a double. Schneemann is the hitter. That's a ball outside. First base runner for Cleveland today. Remember, Rocchio had the triple to start their scoring a couple of nights ago in that 8-2 win on Monday. It's a broken bat, fly ball right field. Perez on the run. He's still going. He doesn't get there. And Cleveland has taken the lead. It's an RBI double for Schneemann. And it's 1-0 Cleveland.
Well, that wind's blowing left to right today towards the right field line, and that ball hung up in the air a long time. It was off the end of the bat. You see where he's playing. He's playing not quite straight up, a little towards the gap, a little slow on the break. It doesn't allow him to get that ball as he goes to right field. Got to get a good jump on that one.
Here's Ramirez.
You know, there's a little glare in the day games, but anytime a ball's left to your left or to your right at a good clip, there's no reason not to get off the ball pretty quickly. If it's right at you, you know, you're trying to judge the depth. Is it going to be over my head? Do I need to come in?
So what's a best practice for an end of the bat shot like that?
run to the spot first because you know it's to your left. So first you just start running straight left, and then as you're sprinting, you're going to read, do I need to come in? And you need to reset your angle as quickly as possible. So if I take 2 steps to my left and it's a little shallow, I reset my angle and go directly to the spot. But you have to be in motion as soon as the ball's hit to get your momentum going to the right place.
In the air, left field, base hit for Ramirez. 2-0 Cleveland.
And this is what happens. It's frustrating for a pitcher after you give a broken bat fly ball up for a double to right. You got to face Jose Ramirez, and he goes down and golfs your split finger that's down out of the zone for a base knock just because he's Jose Ramirez and he does things like that.
Here's DeLauder. Ramirez got a really nice lead, but didn't use it to pedal away at strike 1. 20 stolen bases, 22 attempt for Jose Ramirez. He's leaning and shuffling, and he does not run, and that leads to a throw to first, and he is back there. It ticks off a torque.
They know Jose wants to run. Got 20 bags on the ear.
Yeah, you're up 2-0. It's house money. 2 out in the inning.
2 outs. He's going to want to try to steal this bag. Especially in a 2-strike count.
He's one off the major league lead in stolen bases of Nasim Nunez of Washington, and there's a throw from Casey Mize. But you see Dingler on the back pick there. That does help the pitcher because there is no limit on number of throws from the catcher to first base. If you can shorten that lead in any way. There he goes. And it's ground ball foul. He's going to have to pick up his hat about 45 feet away from first. Zach Meisel, the beat writer for Cleveland, as we've talked about before, does have the helmet counter for Jose Ramirez on the bases.
Yeah, he runs so fast the helmet falls off. But you see, he's not looking in, he's not worried, he's just trying to take the bag. In an 0-2 count, his bet is it's probably going to be a ball, and if it is, it's going to be down out of the zone.
Ramirez started, now he retreats. Dingler gives him a glare. It's 1-2 on DeLauder. Chase DeLauder's got to feel like, what am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, nobody cares about me.
Nobody cares about. He's the middle child.
You're going to throw basically a pitch out, huh? You're just worried about Jose.
Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, but that is the risk you run, and you know, as Phil Collins said, the price you have to pay of Jose Ramirez being on base.
Yeah. Anytime he's on, it could be a double. Go from a single to a double pretty quick. You know, they've done a nice job. He hasn't stole the bag yet. He's going to continue to try. There's the second disengagement from Casey. So now if he goes over again and they don't get him, he'll get the bag anyway. So
he's running here.
He's pretty much going to run here unless he gets a bad jump.
2-2 on DeLauder. There he goes. And DeLauder pops it up foul. That's going to add to the helmet counter.
They fall at about the same spot. It's about the halfway point for Jose that he hits maximum speed. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, on the roller coasters with the loops, they say, hey, make sure you take off your sunglasses, your ball caps. Yeah. It's the Jose Ramirez experience. Ground ball, first base. And after all that hullabaloo, there's the final out of the 3rd inning. 2-0 Cleveland, though. 2-0 Guardians, bottom of the 3rd inning. Joey Cantillo has had 2 slogs of innings, a lot of pitches, but his changeup today has gotten 14 swings, 5 swings and misses. That is an enormous swing rate.
It is, and you've seen him swing at some that are out of the zone on a pretty good clip. That ball away is baffling. It must look different out of the hand, because we've seen a couple right-handed hitters swing at it when it starts out of the zone away and just continues to get further out of the zone.
And we've seen him do it left on left as well. Riley Green got a handful.
Yeah, he did, in a big spot.
Here's McGonigal, who singled his first time against a breaking ball, and he takes one of those left on left changeups.
When you hit the breaking ball, he's going to go to something else. His best pitch right now is his changeup.
He's thrown 6 left on left changeups so far. And that's not extraordinarily rare nowadays in Major League Baseball. But if it were 25 years ago you're watching this show, you go, what?
If it was 10 years ago, you'd say, what? Please. I was hoping they'd throw me a left on left changeup. Because if they mess that one up and it stays up and it's a little in, you can go launch mode. He just hasn't thrown it in that location. It's either been up and in or down.
2-1. Kevin walks away from it. 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). Yes, sir. It's a strike. 3-2 on McGonigal. Payoff coming. That's upstairs. It's ball 4. Here comes Dylan Dingler, Johnny.
Yeah, guys, the one guy who's seen Joey Cantillo very well, Dylan Dingler, nearly took him yard in his first AB today, but flashback last year, game 3 of the wild card, win or go home. Hadn't had a hit in this series till the 6th inning. It was tied 1-1, no longer. Go-ahead homer from Dylan Dingler. Inning later, of course, the Tigers had 4 more runs. They went on to win at 6-3, advance to the ALDS, ending Cleveland season. Might he do it again?
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's a strike to Dingler. You look at Tigers' WAR by position, and the catcher position is a standout so far this year. Dylan Dingler has had a very strong start to the year behind the plate. You combine it with an OPS that's nosing up toward 800. It's 769 as of now.
He's got 8 home runs. If you got a catcher that's got 8 home runs right now, on base percentage is .315, and he's a Gold Glove catcher,
yeah.
Oh, you got some.
You'll take that. So it's a 1 more position so far for the Tigers. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Cantillo gets him with a curveball. There's 1 away.
This is a matchup I want to see again. Riley Green and Cantillo. He threw him so many changeups his last at bat. See what Riley tries to set on if he changes his approach at all. I think the trick of it is you get used to a pitch starting in a certain location, and based on the location it starts at, that's what you think the pitch type is. It's at you, it's a breaking ball.
It's a changeup again, and a back pick to first, and McGonigal's on top of it. There's a long last at bat.
Yeah, you see, he starts him out with a breaking ball. Riley saw that out of the hand, so he immediately goes to the changeup. He's like, if you're going to see the breaking ball, we're going to throw you lots of changeups, mix in a 4-seam fastball, but go right back to changeup, 4-seam changeup.
To shortstop, and playable for Rocchio. Rocchio actually had just taken a step towards second base as the pitch was coming, so he had to double back. He got there, but if that is a laser, he might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, we kind of hesitate, but the ball was hit with a little topspin. Good job by McGonigal. Freeze on the line drive. They catch it, you go back to the base.
Two down for Jones, and Jemai can't check it up on a curveball.
You know, Jemai would like to get a 4-seam fastball middle of the plate and hit it over the left field fence in an ideal world, but in reality, you would imagine he's going to work him away. If he does throw a 4-seam, it's going to be in a different location than down the middle. He might throw it up. Probably going to want to stay away from him, though.
Bailey is always looking at first base when there's a runner over there.
You saw Hedges back pick twice. They're on it. They like that little snap throw over there. You got to be heads up, head on a swivel, play the game.
Rocchio, inning over. 2-0.
Summer baseball is back in Detroit, and what better way to celebrate than by getting up to 25% off all Tigers June and July home games now through May 25th. Take advantage of these savings and get your tickets to matchups with the Mariners, Yankees, Phillies, and more. Visit tigers.com/summersback now.
Former Philly Rhys Hoskins. Sky high pop up. Torques over. There's one away, and here's a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
One gone, top of the fourth. Casey Mize against Travis Bazzana, the Aussie former first overall pick, who hit his second home run of his career in this series. The most career home runs for somebody born in Australia. You may remember the name Dave Nilsson from the Milwaukee Brewers. He was a catcher and first baseman. 105 home runs. So Bazzana is in the top 7. And he'll fly this to left. Riley Green is there to make the catch. And there are 2 away. Dave Nilsson, by the way, of those 105 home runs, he hit the most against the Tigers. 10 of them against Detroit. That was back when, yeah, for you young kids out there, when Milwaukee was in the American League.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, that's
County Stadium.
They were. Just the good old days there.
Play roll out the barrel 150 times during the course of the game. We'll have a barrel of fun.
Monkeys in a barrel.
Now we're going to have Andy's top 3 barrel things. 0-1 to Angel Martinez. Grounded on the second.
Try to sneak that backdoor slider in there. You know it has a similar shape to a barrel?
Oh boy. Tumbler.
Nope.
A very large rock.
Nope. Similar shape, not identical.
A portly fella.
This one's taller and narrower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a silo. In the air, second base. Hao-Yu Lee makes the catch. 2-0 Guardians. You never know what you're going to learn about somebody who played in the annals of Tiger history when we anoint the Tiger of the Day. It is Doug Flynn, who played 11 Major League seasons and 32 games with the Tigers in 1985. He's a Gold Glove winner. He was traded for Tom Seaver and evidently toured with the Oak Ridge Boys during the labor stoppage in 1981. His mother was a fast-pitch softball player, and he was named to the Sporting News All-Hustle team in 1980.
My kind of guy.
Were you named to any all-hustle teams?
Yeah, Charlie Hustle Award. I got that in college.
Really?
Yep.
Who gave it to you?
Well, I guess Gene Stevenson, the coach.
Was it voted on by your peers?
Yes. Yeah, it was. I was a bit of a dirtbag on the baseball field.
Great. That's on the record. 1-1 is a swing and a miss. There's another swing on that changeup. This one to Torkelson.
Parachutes. Comes in like a four-seam fastball. The spin's the same as the four-seam, but it slams on the brake, and it's only 80 miles an hour.
1-2. Tip foul. What do you think that changeup looks like?
Like a four-seam fastball.
You sure?
It's all arm action. The faster a guy's arm comes through, and the more that four-seam spin he gets on it, because a four-seam you don't really see spin. It's just straight back spun four seam. You're not going to pick up anything visually that would be different than the fastball. But it's 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour off the fastball, which gets you out in front.
Punch to left on El Martinez is there, and Grayson Clothiers is the official wardrobe provider of the DSN broadcast team as Andy moves all but one French fry out of the grate.
Check these out.
You said you were a dirtbag. They even, the Grayson stuff, fries stick to it.
It's got Velcro, fry Velcro on it.
What an advertisement.
These have been
so clean you can eat a fry off of it.
Yeah, outstanding threads from Grayson. Good quality.
That is either the best ad they've ever had, or
it's like a Velcro dartboard, but it doesn't feel like Velcro. It's like a magical formulated material.
It's actually very warm, as here's a ground ball to first base, and Rhys Hoskins is there to make the play, so 2 down in the inning. You've grown from dirtbag to Grayson pitchman.
Yeah, no, that's
a glow up, as the kids say.
I was always voted on. They vote on who's the dirtiest guy on the field. My uniform was always just disgusting. Mama Dirks, Denise, she would have to like bleach it 12 times. She had every cleaning product known to man to try to keep my jersey looking clean. She took pride in it. And I'd have a fresh jersey every time, and then I'd wreck it. I mean, that thing was muddy, blood on it, nasty after every single game. It's like, how do you do that? Yeah, like this right here.
Dirtier than that?
Oh, yeah. I'd get it dirty on the back somehow.
Did she ever say, Andrew Lee Dirks, I'm going to stop washing that uniform?
No, she's a tough gal. She's like, go get him. Go get him, son. I'll keep washing it. But I get holes in those pants all the time, and you got to sew them up and patch them. It was quite a deal.
Strike to Hao Yu Lee, 1-2. Well, credit to your mom. It was a very lovely lady, Denise is.
She's awesome. They taught me to play hard. There was no Mickey Mousing around when you're on the baseball field. You play hard and go get after it.
2-2 on Lee. Cleveland scored a pair of runs with 2 out in the third. The only runs in the ball game thus far. Rocchio's been real busy. Time and a half for him today. He's on target. You know, every now and then you need a shoulder to put your head on, or at least your French fry on. We're here for you regardless on Detroit Sportsnet. Stephen Kwan has yet to walk today, which is rare because he's got 8 straight games with at least 1 walk. It's the longest streak for a Guardian since Carlos Santana in 20. You saw the franchise record is Jack Graney from 1919. He walked in 12 straight games. His nickname was 3-2 Jack.
He's working that count.
Wonder why he walked in 12 straight. 3-2 Jack.
A junior college baseball coach's dream right there. Just 3-2 Jack. Make him work out there.
Jack Graney as well. He was the first batter to face Babe Ruth when he pitched.
No kidding.
Yeah. How about that footnote to history? And then when he was done being 3-2 Jack, he went and became a radio announcer.
Yeah. If you're not going to be the star, you got to be an announcer.
It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. He's 0-2 Casey, and he punches out Kwan, 1 away.
Good action on the split finger from Casey today. When it's down, it's really nasty, and you see it starts as a strike. Stephen Kwan's not an easy guy to get to swing and miss or look like that on a swing ever. So it tells you the shape of that pitch, out of hand, and where it ends up are 2 different places.
That is the whole game nowadays. It is pitch design.
The more it looks like one pitch and acts like a different one, the better off you are. And the split finger for Casey has been that pitch.
0-1. It's a ball and a strike on Bailey.
You know, a lot of this pitching now. You ever seen the cartoons where the guys are driving down the road and then the other character goes in front of them and paints the road at a curve? That's hitting in the major leagues every day.
It's great.
Which one are you going to pick? Better make it quick. There's a cliff coming up.
You've been watching a lot of Roadrunner, haven't you?
It's been on the brain. We haven't pulled out that many episodes yet. We need to get after it, though. But that's it. That's hitting. Which one do you want? Looks like something it's not.
Jack Graney would love this at bat. 3-2 to Bailey. Left-hand side, Riley Green on the move coming in. It's not going to be his ball. Instead, it is McGonigal from third. And they're 2 away. And here's a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
Now during employee pricing for everyone, get $10,002 in savings on the 2026 F-150 XLT 4x4. See your Southeast Michigan Ford dealer today.
With Johnny Kane roaming the very windy ballpark, roaming the grounds today. Andy Dirks, Jason Benetti, our entire marvelous crew. Brian Rocchio will bat and take ball 1.
There's a stiff breeze blowing in from left field. Left field foul pole to right field foul pole that's holding it up. Anything hitting the air to the left has been dying. That's why Dingler's bid for that home run earlier missed it by about, what, 6 inches? That wind's not blowing the direction it is. It's a homer.
Speeding that anemometer around. Our wind speed gauge. It's a strike. 1 and 2 on Rocchio. Casey Mize in this game has 3 1-2-3 innings, and he was going for a fourth. Would have been a fourth eventually, but the Rocchio double led to the Schneemann ball that Wenzel Perez didn't get a great jump on. So 1-2 is off. It's 2 and 2.
But that goes back to the conversation Johnny was talking about earlier. You can only control what you can control. No matter what happens out on the field of play, you got to get to the next pitch. You're going to make mistakes, or even if you don't make a mistake, other things are going to happen. There's a lot of variables in baseball. It's can you clear that and move to the next task that's required. And the better you can do that in baseball, the better off you're going to play. And the more players that do that, better off chance you have of winning ball games.
Strike 3, challenge coming. Manny Gonzalez didn't even finish his strike 3 mechanic, and he was being challenged. Rocchio thinks he's right, and he is.
Call is overturned. 3-2 count.
3-2 Jack.
3-2 Jack. Here it comes. And it's lined to right field. Good challenge by Rocchio. That's going to lead to extra bases. It rolls to the warning track and nudges up against the wall. He's got himself a double for the 2nd time this afternoon.
After missing the slide with the slider down, he goes to the split, but this one's up. We've seen the good one that starts out of the hand about middle of the plate and works its way down off the plate. This one started up, ended up middle, and Rocchio does a nice job staying on the pitch, hitting it down the line.
He's at second again. Schneemann, the batter. That's a filthy slider. That's why that thing has been so good to lefties. That shape.
You back foot it to a lefty. This is a nightmare pitch. It's a fastball. No, it's not.
I tell you what, that is a great analogy. The cartoon character painting the road on the cliff.
That's it.
It's great.
It's like you think it's this and it's that, and then about the time you think it's that, then it's this. And that's the game. That's what's fun about baseball, is every single at bat, no matter the score, what's going on, there's a game right here being played between Casey Mize and Schneemann. Okay, went high heater, laid off that one. That's what Schneemann's thinking. Dylan's back there looking up. Okay, he kind of did he bite at that a little bit? If he wants to bite at that a little bit, maybe he's sped up. Maybe we can get a split down right here. See if we can make something happen.
Yep. Exactly right, Andy.
That's it. That's the game. Nothing happens till a pitch is thrown. This one right here is filthy. If the Tigers score 3 more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. Get those 3 runs up on that board. You can get you some of those delicious curly fries.
You get a lead out of it too right now. It's 2-0 Cleveland over the Tigers.
See if Zach Short can get another hit. Got his first one since being called back up with the Tigers. The big league level. Make it 2.
It's a winding curveball. 0-2 on Short. We are one of 2 games going on in Major League Baseball right now. The Pirates and Cardinals are the other one. St. Louis, one of the surprise teams of the season. Fly ball center field, and Stephen Kwan makes the catch for out number 1. So the NL Central remains the home of all the good teams in Major League Baseball. This division is still everybody over 500. Everybody.
It's wild.
Still, we're 50 games in now. Once the Pirates complete this game against the Cardinals, that'll be 50 for them. This is 51 for the Tigers today. Brewers just swept the Cubs. Craig Counsell was not very happy with his offense in that series. Certainly some toxified rivers in those relationships between the Cubs and Brewers, what with the state line being so close and what with the manager changing teams.
Sometimes the story writes itself.
It does. It does. Two-1 is in the air, right field side toward the corner, and in that corner it will go foul.
Wind helped that one get pushed foul. Looked like DeLauder was all over it, but it kept slicing and slicing. That'll give Bierling another shot here.
Two and two. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Bierling, who saw 11 pitches in the first inning. He's going to be responsible for about a quarter of Cantillo's pitches today, or more. You have McGonigal next, who's been on base twice. He walked in the 3rd. He singled on a breaking ball in the 1st. That breaking ball that Bierling saw as the first pitch in the sequence that just popped off the score bug. That's ball 4. Kevin McGonigal's pitch recognition is something he's been working on for his entire life, he told us on the podcast.
I think it's just, you know, of course, studying the pitcher you're facing. I'm seeing all these guys for the first time this year. I never seen most of these pitchers before, so kind of like you just said, that first at bat I'll swing at a changeup low, and then the next at bat I'll spit on it. It's just, you know, knowing how each pitch is going to move and, you know, kind of picking it up out of the hand. That's another thing my dad and I did growing up, was trying to be really focused on the pitch out of the hand, seeing if you can see spin or see anything out of his hand that's a little different than his fastball.
Yeah, that's different than most private lessons, I feel like, right?
Yeah, most private lessons just worry about your swing. Get your elbow up, as Johnny Kane would say.
But I mean, look, he sees you once. He knows what you're doing. He's had success against every pitch in some regard. The fastball up is what they're trying to get him out with right now, but he hasn't seen any in the first 2 here. 2-0. Check swing. Ooh. do you think?
It was like, it didn't look like it in real time. A lot of times the umpires get it right, but you see once he notices his changeup, he slams on the brakes. That is amazing how he's throwing left-on-left changeups, and they're just floating up there, and guys are just out in front of him.
Well, and if you're going to foil somebody's honed eye for pitch recognition,
it's throw a wrinkle. It's throw something that you don't see very often.
It's smart by Cantillo and Bailey.
That's one of those that it's smart until it's not, though. And we're hoping we see that second part of that phrase for the Tigers. Because if that changeup stays up a little bit in, about belt high, middle in, that's a launch ball for a lefty.
2-2 changeup.
Might just be because it's too slow. 80's pretty slow for a changeup. But you see, he gets out in front of the baseball there.
What do you get for a guy who's had everything? It's something else. Dingler swings through a curveball.
He punched Dingler out on that same pitch in his last at bat. That curveball, the big 12-6 hammer time.
Two strikes on Dingler. Veerling over at first. Tigers only have the 20 stolen bases so far this year. That's 27th in baseball. Strike three. Bailey knew it. Inning over. Still 2-0 through 5.
All day IPA. Hop into easy.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Make every Sunday a home run with the Meyer Family Fun Day deals. For just $79, get 4 Tigers tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, and 4 drinks. Or upgrade to the new pizza meal for just 10 more bucks. Plus, you can add extra tickets for your family. Don't miss out. Visit Tigers.com/funday for more info.
2-0. Cleveland leads the Tigers, top of the 6th inning. Jose Ramirez had a base hit last time on a pitch that was nothing like that pitch. Watch where he hits this ball in the 3rd.
Look how he goes down with the hands. He actually crosses his hands over with a low finish.
We dug up the lowest ball he's hit just to compare and contrast. 2020 against Jeremy Jeffress of the Cubs. I mean, look at that. You missed the shift.
He just straight up beat that out.
He did.
How fast is he?
Well, you got Nico Horner playing in suburban Wilmette.
Yeah, I did not miss the shift at all. That was annoying.
Fly ball right field. Wencel Perez makes the catch. I mean, you know, watching footage of that, right? It's 2020, so there's nobody there. There's a second baseman in medium right. It looks like a different game.
It is. It's a completely different game. I know that second base spot now is a premium for defense as well, as it kind of went to be like, hey, let's just get somebody that can hit over here. You didn't get to see the fun diving plays at second anymore. No. And that's such a fun part of the game. See a guy lay out going to his left or to his right.
To first base. And Torque is on it for out number 2. Strong read by Spencer Torkelson on a seed from DeLauder.
The backhand jump play right out the gate. You see he sets his feet, reads it, sticks it, and the landing. That's a 10.
I think it's a 10
for the landing. Gymnastics.
No, I understand. I just thought maybe it'd be like a 9. It's really good.
And the play was
not
not
the
a
best
10.
landing you've seen.
I guess he could have jumped higher, but he didn't have to. It would have been really weird if he jumped really high and caught it like waist high.
Yeah.
On the backhand, that would have been a little awkward.
I'm just talking about the landing. You think that's like the best landing you've ever seen?
He stuck it. You either stick it or you don't. There's no there was no step after. It was just a straight landing, both feet planted firmly in the ground.
Okay. I buy it.
He didn't put his hands up. Do you want him to put his hands up?
Yeah, and sort of present it to the judges.
That would be awkward on a baseball field.
Sure would.
Call us a stride, the batter is challenging.
Challenged by Rhys Hoskins. The Guardians have gotten a lot of mileage out of their challenges. They're the Guardians of the strike
Call us
zone
overturn.
today.
Ball, Cleveland retains.
Cleveland was 30th in ABS challenge percentage coming in. They were 42%. Going up today. Not today.
Oh!
2-2 on Hoskins. Pitch 85 from Casey Mize is popped up foul. 2 outings after the injury, Casey Mize has been supremely effective for the Tigers.
The fastball command's been good. He's been all over the strike zone. The slider's played. The split finger is played. Dylan Dingler's going to go try to make a play.
And he does. Right on the doorstep.
Right there. What's that right there? Is that a 9?
That's a 10.
That's a 10. You better believe this is a 10. Balance beam at the edge of the dugout for Dingler.
Sun's out. Nice day to be up on the perch and watch a baseball game. Have some nice spirited conversation with your pals like we do here on Detroit Sportsnet. Riley Green watches a breaking ball. It is 1-0 on Riley. Tigers have walked 3 times, struck out 6 times, and 3 total hits in the game, including 2 in the first inning against Joey Cantillo, and that is just foul and just wide of Tom Hanahan, the first base umpire. Good job, Tom.
That ball was scorched. It was another one of those change-ups up and into Riley, and he turned on it, but you see it hooked just foul. He says, heads up.
Left field, Angel Martinez on the sprint, and he gets over and loses his head and crashes into the wall. That is a marvelous play by Martinez, who gave up his body fully into the restraining fence, and there's one away. Goodness gracious.
This is as full speed as you'll see a guy in motion trying to get to the edge of foul ground with a wall coming in hot. He just went and got it, rolled into the wall, landed on that left arm hard, just trying to make a play for his guy. Oh, he smashed that elbow into the ground. That's giving everything you got right there.
That looked more like a dirt bike wreck than a player catching a ball.
Yeah, he had so much speed and momentum going when he dove. He couldn't let up at all and try to balance himself on his dive. He had to go full out the whole way through. He ran into the wall earlier on a ball to left field. He's been getting beat up out there. He's a tough guy. He's going to stay in the game. You know, he landed hard on that left arm. We hope he's okay. What an effort. I mean, you tip your cap on an effort like that every day of the week. A guy just playing baseball, getting after it, trying to help his team win a ball game. You can respect that.
I mean, here's a guy who's played infield, he's played outfield. You've been in that situation where you're losing your balance and you can only try to brace yourself. What are your options there?
Catch the ball. Like in these type of games, it's just catch the ball and deal with the consequences later.
He did that. Jahmai Jones is the hitter, and he takes ball 1. Angel Martinez, year 3, and for sure his best year so far in the majors. He's the reigning AL Player of the Week for last week. He's got 9 homers. He's OPSing, on base plus slugging, over 800, and he has played a fantastic outfield in front of us. He's got a very strong arm. Ground ball to third. Schneemann at the line as out number 2 in our story so far. Part of the Comerica Bank game summary. Casey Mize v. Joey Cantillo has lived up to the billing.
Casey Mize with the split, 4-seam, sinker, and the slider was good. And Cantillo, it was all about the changeup today. To both the righties and the lefties, the changeup was locked in.
So Cantillo is going to be done. That changeup got a lot of action today. 29 swings on the changeup, second most in Major League Baseball this year. Chevy's strongest player, Joey Cantillo, comes out of the game.
Means business.
So it was Joey Cantillo for 5 2/3. Now it's Festa for the rest of us. Our wall side windows pitching change is the Cleveland Guardians right-hander.
If you like sweepers and 4-seams, you're in for a good time watching Matt Festa pitch the ball. He'll throw a cutter once in a blue moon and sink it into the righty on occasion. But it's pretty much that 4-seam and a sweeper.
Strike 1 to Torque. Into right field, Spencer Torkelson bloops it down there.
See, there's some hits over that side of the field for Torque too, right? Stays on the sweeper away. Gets him a knock. You don't always have to hit it hard, Jay. You just got to hit it in the right spot. The Tigers have hit the ball well last night. They had a lot of line drives. Hit the ball better than the Guardians did, but didn't have anything to show for it because they kept getting caught. Sometimes you take a little off, it gets you a knock. See if Perez can do something similar.
Now counterpoint here. Over 162 games, if you hit it harder, you're going to do better.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, just to be clear.
Yes,
you're saying
absolutely.
within one game, though, and with certain pitchers.
And, you know, you want them to even out a little bit. So if you hit, say you hit 3 line drives hard and they're all caught, and then you get a bloop, you're like, okay, evened out a little bit.
Yeah, I earned that.
Yeah, from all the other good at bats that I had nothing to show for. But no, the goal is to hit the ball hard. Absolutely.
Pitcher's goal is to get you to not do that. 0-2. Strike 3. 3 pitches to a punch out. To the 7th. Take a look at the upcoming schedule brought to you by Bet365. The Tigers will head off to Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Orioles are 21-29. They just went to Tampa Bay and ran into basically what everybody else has run into at Tampa Bay. Whole lot of L's.
Yeah, Tampa's playing good baseball right now.
Taylor Ward's had a great year for Baltimore. They've had some injuries as well.
Alonso's heating up over there. He started off pretty slow, but in the last, I think, 15 games, he's really starting to come alive. So that's a bat to watch out for.
Yeah, they're 14th in home runs, but if he turns it up, you're going to have some issues. But they're without Ryan Mountcastle. Jordan Westberg just went on the IL in spring training. Here's a pop-up to shortstop. And Zach is there for out number 1. And here's a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Angel Martinez is the batter with 1 away. Martinez just made that magnificent play in the field as Casey Mize has gone 6 1/3 and allowed just 2 runs. Casey Mize, the jinxes aren't real graphic. He's gone that far without a home run and that far without a walk. See, See, the jinxes aren't real.
Please stay in here.
He says, hot corner not responsible for jinxes, hexes, or hurt feelings, as it disclaimers itself into oblivion. Hot corner's turned into happy fun ball.
Yeah, I like hot corner.
Yeah.
I like hot corner.
I'd like to have a drink with hot corner.
It protects its assets.
Yeah, it's kind of corner that you'd like to sit down and have a drink with, as they say. 1-1. Foul, first base side.
You know hot corner is hoping for a punch out right here.
For sure. It's regular corner. 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Do you think K-Line's corner and hot corner are friends?
Yes, I do. I think they have both got good senses of humor. One had a few more hits in the big leagues.
That's true. It's ball 3. I fear for hot corner. He's gone full.
Oh, don't do it. Come on, Casey.
I am worried for hot corner.
Come on, Casey.
3-2.
There it is.
Yeah, strike 3.
Hot corner's officially off the hook. So is Casey. This strikeout right here will end his day. But great outing from Casey Mize. Only gave up the 2 runs. Punch out on the 4-seam to end it. Kept his team right where they needed to be.
And the Tiger fans will celebrate that outing. Bert Smith follows him in after this.
Mike wins.
Wallside Windows pitching change. Birch Smith is on the hill. He'll face Stephen Kwan in the 7th inning, and a strong season for Birch, who opened in Toledo.
Good 4-seam fastball and a curveball cutter combo to match. He'll throw an occasional changeup to the lefties.
First one to Kwan is shipped out to right field. Time now for the Tiger Laws 7th inning stretch.
Is your home budget?
Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Tip of the cap from Casey Mize to the Tiger fans to celebrate his effort today. Sean Armstrong is on to replace Matt Festa here in the 7th inning. Armstrong just off the injured list 3 days ago. Wallside Windows pitching change, hands it to him against a pinch hitter in Colt Keith. Zach McKinstry will follow here in the 7th as the Tigers will use the bench. Colt for Hao-Yu Lee.
Pitch comm issue.
Oh, it's been a while.
It has been a while. They've done a nice job this year shoring up the pitch comms.
While we have a second, how about we get a message from Tiger Law?
If you've been injured in an auto accident, make Tiger Law your first call. Tiger Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
I have to go to the pitch comm drawer and rifle through, find the one with the good batteries. The one that the dog didn't eat.
And that says the right thing. Could you imagine if they brought the wrong one out?
Knuckleball.
Some of them are in Spanish and different languages, you know?
Yeah, or they're programmed for the wrong pitches.
Yeah.
Slurve. I don't have one.
I don't throw that.
Time. Armstrong to Keith. Ball 1. The right groin strain that put Armstrong on the injured list back in April. He's behind 2-0 as we take a look at Zach McKinstry, our on-deck hitter, sponsored by C&L Ward. He's waiting on deck for a chance with Keith at the plate. 2-1 to Colt. So this will substantially change the Tigers' defense. You'd imagine McKinstry would go in at second, and then McGonigal would move to short. Colt Keith would be at third. The way it's gone so far, you'd think. 2-2. Up. See if they can get it going again. Tarps off Dayside. It's only one guy, though.
All by myself. Maybe Johnny could go join him. At least there'd be two.
To be lonely. Johnny's on his way over there.
Somebody's got to help him out.
I'll tell you, one of the keys to a rally is you got to have a lot of epidermis exposure. He's got that part of it. You also need friends.
Yeah, you do. 3-2. Shot
TBD.
foul. I mean, you would think, right? It's a smart play if you want to start a trend, because every ballpark has had it recently. So you're like, well, people are just going to follow.
Until they don't.
No, and people like to be led. There's got to be one leader. That's your leader right now.
3-2 is ball 4. Let's see if it sparks
Here we
something.
go. I'm going to go find this guy.
Yeah, go for it. Colt needs a friend on the bases. That guy needs a friend over there.
What, the guy just sitting next to him
on his phone?
It's like
he's like, yeah, get a couple runners on, I'll join you.
Yeah, get a run here, and then I'll jump in. We'll see how many bandwagons get on there if the Tigers can score a few here.
He doesn't show signs of stopping. Here's Zach McKinstry. First pitch outside. Just wait him out right now. We're going to get a challenge from Bailey.
Pitch callable. The catcher is challenging.
Could the Guardians go 5 for 5 on challenges? The answer is yes.
Ball is a strike. 0-1. Cleveland retains.
Bailey's been good with the challenges today, man. He shifted the game in his team's favor.
He's 3 for 3 himself behind the plate. It's a bunt and it's foul.
He had a good one there. Schneemann was playing way back. If you just get it down, you got you a hit. Now with 2 strikes, you got a battle though.
Oh, 2. Struck him out. Fastball upstairs, 1 away. So the bullpen whiff rate for Cleveland, just a swing and miss, 30%, second in Major League Baseball. And we've seen a face full of it the past couple of seasons.
Which makes it difficult. Tigers have had some shots later in games against this bullpen, and swing and miss has been the friend for the Guardians in those big spots.
Now, what comes with that, the downside risk of a swing and miss bullpen sometimes is you get a little frisky with the strike zone and you walk a couple guys. Their bullpen walk rate is in the bottom half of the league, but you trade it for that kind of swing.
You're going to get some walks when the guys are more swing and miss traditionally, without question. As a hitter, you got to wait them out. And if you see a ball that's a good one to offer at early in the count, you got to go. You got to get barrel to baseball quickly. Because 2 strike counts against guys that can put you away get real difficult real fast. It's harder to foul pitches off. It's harder to extend the bats.
One off the plate. Another one of those sweepers. 2 balls and a strike on Vierling. He is the tying run at the plate with the Tigers down 2-0. 3-2 yesterday, 4-3 on Tuesday. 3 balls and a strike on Matt.
It's a good take right there by Vierling. A ball up and in. See if he can get it pay off here with a cookie 3-1.
In for a strike. 3rd full count of Matt Vierling's afternoon. 3-2. He busted him on a fastball. 2 down via the strikeout, and now a Bet365 odds update for Kevin McGonigal, who's been on base twice, once with a hit. Plus 200 on the over, and he's going to face, looks like, Tim Herron, the left-hander. We've seen Sabrowski and Herron basically play on again, off again in this series. Herron was loosening. McGonigal coming up in a 2-0 game when we come back.
Torque and Scoob.
Well, out here in the upper deck up in right field, it only takes one to ignite a spark. Wally lives here in downtown Detroit. What's the inspiration, Wally?
Anything to provide a spark. We just got to get a win. The movement started a few days ago, and you know, we just got to cheer our Tigers on.
Here we go. All you need, exposed upper half. You need a cotton twill to twirl, and then a loosened larynx. Benetti?
Wow. The poet laureate of Detroit Sportsnet, Johnny Kane, has us ready for this McGonigal at bat, and it's a chopper to shortstop. Rocchio on the charge, and he's got out number 3. Herron twirls the final out of the 7th inning. It's still 2-0.
Prorated memberships for the 2026 season are now available. This means you can become a 1901 Society member for less total games at a lesser price than a full season. Commit to just 22 games and you'll unlock the best perks like price, location, exclusive membership events, priority access to postseason tickets, and more. Visit tigers.com/2026 to start your prorated membership journey today.
Tigers trailing 2-0 here in the 8th inning. Stephen Vogt's Guardians scored 2 runs in the 3rd. Now Bailey, Rocchio, and Schneemann coming up. Fly ball right field. Wencel Perez is back. He's at the track. He's at the wall, and that ball clangs back in after going over the line. Patrick Bailey has his first home run as a Guardian, and it's 3-0.
When you fall behind in the count, the other team's got the lead. A guy's going to want to do some damage, and that's what he does on this 4-seam fastball. He knew it when he hit it. I won't tell him that that used to not be a home run here because he watched it for a little bit.
Still a long way away. So Patrick Bailey hits his 2nd home run of the year, his first as a Guardian. Catcher joining up with a team managed by a catcher, Stephen Vogt, Johnny, who's won a couple Manager of the Year awards.
Yep, and obviously the respect both ways from A.J. Hinch to Stephen Vogt. You know, they were talking with David Fry the other day, asked if he wanted to manage. He said, look at Vogt. He said, look at how old he looks now. And Stephen today, he laughed. He said, look, I've aged 15 years in the last 2.5 seasons, and that's making the playoffs. But he said, you know, from a manager's perspective, he said, no matter how well the team's doing, you're always going to have 5 or 6 guys who aren't okay. I thought that was brilliant. He said, so it never ends. Like, as an individual player, you could be rolling along, you go home, and then you're trying to process your day. What do I need to do to get better tomorrow? But what Stephen Vogt was saying, the challenge for him as a manager is understanding that he's got to do that for 26 guys. Even when things are going well, which they're going well for Cleveland right now, you're still going to have 5 or 6 guys in the lineup that are trying to find something out. So he says, you know, you go home, and I've got to think about that. And then I think about my 20 coaches. And then I think about all the members of our travel party. When you care about everybody, you just want to make sure that everybody's okay. And that can be taxing.
Yeah, and I remember talking to him in year 1 as a manager, and he said, the one thing maybe, you know, you ask, what didn't you expect? Once you're at the ballpark, somebody wants to talk to you at all times.
Exactly. Yeah. Typically a sideline reporter.
Right. Hey, Johnny Kane, nice to meet you.
Stephen, you got a quick second?
Right.
Actually, I don't. No, he's great. But you know, going both ways again. And there's obviously so many great catchers that have gone on to, you know, to manage and have success managing. But it is taxing. And you know it as well as anybody. Andy, you know it because you played it. But it's a long season. It's a grind. Even when things are going well, it's not going well for everybody at all at the same time. And part of the job as a manager is, as A.J. Hinch always talks about, finding solutions. And so when you've got 26 guys that you're the caretaker for, you're trying to find solutions for each and every one of them.
And sometimes, Johnny, the solution is just for Stephen Vogt. We've seen that when he was a player. Sometimes his answer is a sense of humor. There's this whole reel of Stephen Vogt doing fake calls like a basketball referee.
Oh,
Block charge,
yes.
technical foul. He is a funny dude.
Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Keep a clubhouse loose when the guys want to play for you. And I think both sides, again, not to keep tying it back, but this is what makes this rivalry good is the players, obviously the Tigers, know that A.J. has their best interests in mind. And he can be sneaky funny, maybe not as outwardly funny as Stephen Vogt.
No, he can. No, AJ can spin a punchline.
He's got a good sense.
He's quick-witted. There's no doubt.
Most baseball players do. That's how you get through a lot of the rough times. Is you have to have a sense of humor to play this game. And in baseball, being the humbling sport it is, you can never get above yourself.
Well, and you know, it's playing out in front of us as we're having this conversation. The Tigers have gone down 3-0. They're in danger of falling to 11 under 500. You might think it uncouth to see somebody smiling or whatever it might be, but you don't have a lot of options. It can't be a mortuary either.
No, and you don't want to change your personality type based on just the production in a moment or in a series. Because if you start changing every time you ride this roller coaster, here we got an ABS challenge.
So if he called it a swing, you can't challenge. And I don't think Schneemann looked over at the third base umpire, Scott Berry, who did say it was a swinging strike. So,
yep, there you go. You can't challenge. Got him on the swing.
Ooh. Smart by Dingler to go appeal for it just to check and see. That's a huge lead over at first, by the way. Rocchio didn't go, but it looked like he wanted to.
Yeah, he jumped off the bag real fast and was getting aggressive with it.
Ball 4, and Manuel De Jesus is warming up as that is the first walk today for a Guardians team that has been a world beater in base on balls.
Number 11, Jose.
You know, the hope was when Cleveland arrived in this series that the Tigers could say, okay, flush all that happened and jump back into the fray. And Cleveland is not a stationary object. They show up and they run around and really make you work for it. And for 4 days, the Guardians, at least in the first 3, have outscored the Tigers and outplayed the Tigers.
They have defensively, executing offensively, and pitching. That's why there is no easy task in the big leagues. There's nobody that feels sorry for you if you're struggling. It's not like, oh, these poor guys, you know. Anytime they see blood in the water, they're going to keep attacking. That's the nature of Major League Baseball. They know there's an opportunity to come in here and beat the Tigers up. You better believe they want to, especially after how last year ended for them.
Yeah, Tigers knocked Cleveland out of the playoffs after Cleveland won the division. So there are long memories in these clubhouses in a game that can be transient, where guys show up and then 3 weeks later they're gone. There's a lot of memory in this rivalry. Ramirez wasn't going to wait for that pitch to hit him, so he turned on it and fouled it away. Patrick Bailey home run in the inning, then a single from Rocchio, a walk for Schneemann. And Jose Ramirez trying to detonate this thing. Two and two. Little piece of it. Here goes Jose Ramirez trying to winnow down as many pitches as Burch Smith can throw to him.
One of the best in the league at it. You keep throwing him pitches, the more pitches he sees out of an arm off a pitcher, the better he gets.
2-2. Man, he is so tough when he's in this mode. We saw him strike out 3 times the other day, and it looks like he's dedicated himself to that never happening again. Two and two. He takes and he yanks the bat away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 9 pitches coming up. Don't forget, you see off the score bug there, we do not have the game tomorrow. That's over on Apple TV. We'll rejoin you from Baltimore Saturday. And down goes Ramirez. Curveball from Birch Smith. And that's going to be the end of his afternoon. One gone, 3-0. Top of the 8th. Guardians will have 2 on for DeLauder when we come back. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by North Bloomfield Properties. Let them manage your rental home so you can enjoy your weekends again. Just short of the weekend here at Comerica Park this Thursday afternoon. Take a picture. Save it.
Holiday weekend coming up. A lot of people are going to be jetting up north.
Are you going up north?
I am not. I'm sticking around the Casa.
The homestead? And Manuel De Jesus, our wall side windows pitching change. He gets DeLauder with 2 on and 1 out. And a first pitch. That's outside. Ball 1 from De Jesus. DeLauder's 0 for 3 and 2 for 15 overall in the series. Former first-round pick out of James Madison down in Harrisonburg, Virginia. 1-1.
I wouldn't have known that was in Virginia until you just said that.
You wouldn't have?
James Madison.
Where would you have guessed James Madison was?
Massachusetts. And I would have been wrong.
Pretty wrong.
Yep.
1-1. It's fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's why I like the name. Just give me the state name, like Michigan State or Michigan. I know where those colleges are. At least the state, right?
So where's Xavier?
Yeah, good luck. That's Chicago? I don't know.
1-2. DeLauder in the air for left center field. Riley Green is back on it, and Riley Green makes the catch over his head for out number 2. There you see a glimpse of the opposite field power of DeLauder, who stays in the park.
He hit it into the teeth of the wind. This ball's slicing. Riley took a good beat on it. Extends the right arm as far as it will stretch to catch this one. That was a good solid contact from DeLauder, but Riley Green with a great read and a great jump made short work of it.
Rhys Hoskins swings through a changeup.
He likes that pitch to the righties. His 4-seam fastball and changeup are his bread and butter to the right-handers.
Big lead at second base. Lead runner goes. No throw coming. Rocchio had that stolen the whole way.
They did a false break about 2 or 3 times. De Jesus came set, and as he said, he false broke, and when De Jesus looked back, he must not have saw him going, or he'd have stepped off. Just shows the aggressiveness of this team with 2 outs to try to swipe third right there. A lot of teams won't do that. Trail runner didn't follow, though.
Schneemann stays at first. 1-1 to Hoskins. Takes ball 2. 3-1. Fouled away.
Kept that ball in the outside corner. The 3-1 count. Good location. He'd go change up here if he wants to get frisky.
Three-2.
Stuck with the heat upstairs. See, only a couple change-ups so far for Hoskins. Tigers really need to keep this to a 3-run ball game if they can. You like to stretch it out. If you get a couple runners on, you can take a run at it that way. You get to 4, it gets harder.
Especially with Cade Smith likely not available.
That's right.
He's thrown back-to-back nights, 36 total pitches. Cody Hoyer is warming in the Cleveland bullpen. Strike 3. That'll be it for Hoskins. Inning over. We'll see if that ends up being a big swing, leaving a couple. 3-0 after 7.5. See what's going on around the majors. A long rain delay in New York led to a Blue Jays victory. Toronto trying to jump back into the race. Trey is savage, 6 innings, scoreless baseball. Brandon Lau's 13th home run, and then Nick Kurtz with a 43-game on-base streak, an inside the park homer for Pittsburgh as we get a challenge from Mr. Bailey. It's like It's a Wonderful Life today. We got enough challenges from Mr. Bailey to make a whole feature film out of it. And for the first time today, he's wrong.
Confirmed. Cleveland still hot. 1 challenge remaining.
It's not always wonderful.
Wonder if Dingler's like, yeah, it was just, I think, a little bit in. It's a called strike. It's 1-1 on Dillon, who has doubled and struck out twice. Guardians were just trying to go 6 for 6 in the challenge game. The Miami Marlins, who have been just ripping through challenges, went 6 for 6 back on April the 4th. I mean, the Marlins are very much like the use them if you got them team.
Yeah. They're not shy of it.
Like they're going out of style. 1-2 for Dingler. So they leave the left-hander in Heron to at least get to the Riley Green spot, and then barring a couple of base runners, probably, we'll see. Fly ball left field. Martinez back at the track, at the wall. He's not going to get to this one. It's a home run for Dylan Dingler, and it's 3-1. Let's see if that starts a trend. 6 outs to play with. Riley Green, the batter. First pitch and a strike. So the Guardians can't score more with 2 on and 1 out. 2 on, nobody out really before the pitching change. So it's 0-2 for Riley Green. And again, with Cade Smith likely not available, it's going to be
Gaddis.
Yeah, you'd imagine.
Just missed that slider. This is a more normal matchup, left on left. Tim Herron does not throw a changeup. He's going to throw the slider and the curveball and sinkers to lefties.
Strike 3 called. Riley knew it. He buckled on a fastball. Back to the home run.
The wind will not hold this one in. The wind's been blowing in from left all year. Not all year, all day. The polar bear sees one down and in and just drops the barrel to it in a 2-strike count. That's a good piece of hit, and he's short to the ball. He's not trying to do too much, and it shows you. If you get barrel on baseball, even into the breeze, with good backspin, you can hit it out. The big bounce up.
3-1 off the home run from Dingler. Wallside Windows pitching change is the former Wichita State Shocker Cody Hoyer.
See that ground ball rate, 46.8%, not too shabby. A lot of sliders to right-handed batters. Against the lefty, it's the changeup. So depending on what side you hit from, Gage Workman, he's a lefty. He'll see a fastball and a changeup. If you're a righty, you'll see the fastball and the slider.
Kind of slings that thing. He is the super macho man of Major League Baseball from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Cody Hoyer.
You like that slow slide step? Straight back, straight through.
Cody Hoyer, who very briefly made himself eligible to be Tiger of the Day last year with 2 appearances for the Tigers.
He had the privilege of working out in the indoor facility Wichita State built on me and Connor Gillespie's teams that we never had, but they got it done right after I graduated. Funny how that worked.
It's today's salty alumnus moment with Andy Dirks. 1-2 is a nasty changeup.
Yeah, when you got a guy that's slide stepping and throwing BBs with the fastball, same arm action. We talked about that earlier in the broadcast. What makes a changeup effective? It's when the arm comes through as fast as Cody Hoyer's does right there. That's a pitch I'm sure he was refining with Brent Chemnitz at Wichita State.
This is more than we bargained for. Here's Torque. Strike 1.
Chemnitz is the guy that helped get me drafted. I have to give him love.
For sure.
Because him and David Chad knew each other. David Chad, former scouting director for the Tigers.
Who we saw in Kansas City.
We saw him in Kansas City. Great guy. Without them, none of this would happen. Aren't you so happy, Jason?
That's what the cough button's for on this headset box.
I'm partial to the Shockers.
I know. I could tell you lit up when I mentioned it. 1-1. Misses. 2 balls and a strike.
But I hope Torque takes him deep.
See, that's my guy. That's the Andy Dirks we know and love. 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. In the air, right-hand side. DeLauder on the move, coming to the line. He doesn't have a hat, but he does have the ball, and the inning comes to a close. To the 9th we go. Another tight one and a Guardian lead.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing.
And Guardians over the Tigers in the top of the 9th inning from here at Comerica Park, with the sun beating down on the home of the Tigers. Travis Bazzana is the batter. He takes a strike. I told you earlier about the home run leader from Australia, Dave Nilsson, which proves that there is truly a leaderboard and a stat and a story for anything in Major League Baseball. But further evidence of such involves, we've talked about favorite baseball movies previously on this telecast. Major League is the famed Cleveland-themed baseball movie. And back in 2019, the things you'll find on the internet, back in 2019, The Ringer had a story that Ben Lindbergh, one of the hosts of the Effectively Wild podcast, wrote about Major League and about the Cleveland team in Major League. And, you know, the whole story is like they come out of last place and they have a great season out of nowhere. Ben Lindbergh wrote an entire story about how Cleveland batted out of order in the game, in the movie script, so that it never should have happened, that they walked it off and won.
Okay. So always that guy.
So there's like a 19 paragraphs. It's a great story, but they evidently batted out of order.
And they should have been disqualified.
They should have been disqualified.
And your dreams are over. Yeah. Crush them. And there's no bunt play at the end. Dramatic running to first.
No, and Duke Temple and the Yankees win the pennant. There's strike 3, 1 away here in the 9th.
What's your days like when you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go through Major League, fact check the whole thing.
I think it's great. Somewhere Daniela Bruce is yelling in the Amalfi Coast, that's why Fever Pitch is a better movie. Strike 1 to Angel Martinez. We hope Daniela's having a lovely vacation. She won't hear about this on Instagram at all. Let's make sure that we don't get a text message at 4 in the morning. You viewers out there, nobody send her that clip.
No,
definitely don't send her that clip. I can see her face right now. God, what are you guys doing?
Share, like, subscribe.
2 strikes on Martinez. Tigers trying to keep it right here at 3-1. Wencel Perez will lead off the bottom of the 9th as there's a ground ball to second base. Couple of hops to McKinstry.
There you go. 2 dead out there. 2 down. Stephen Kwan's swung early in at bats today, hit a couple fly balls to right field.
He has not walked because he's been swinging early in counts. He's walked in 8 straight.
Yeah, doesn't he know he's got a streak going? You got to just take pitches until you walk. Well, maybe that's the strategy this at bat. We shouldn't have said anything.
There's a record at stake with Jack Graney now. 12 straight games with a walk for the franchise is the record.
Well, we learned early in the broadcast the only way to truly beat Graney is to go 3-2 count and then walk. Because he was 3-2 Jack.
That's right. I mean, we would show you the footage, but it's a little bit grainy for broadcast quality. Most consecutive games with a walk in MLB history. Nick Kurtz is on the list. Roy Cullenbine has the record.
You could have taken my house because I would have said it's 100% Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
No questions asked. Nobody's going to be even close. So that's impressive. Nick Kurtz is ahead of Barry Bonds in a statistic.
And old Jack is going to be safe as long as there's no extra innings, but the Tigers would love to push it there. 3-1 your score as we go bottom 9.
Coming up on Tigers postgame, we get into Casey Mize' day, 2nd straight. Really good outing for him. We get into his pitch mix, and the Tigers bats looking to find something here in the 9th inning. Dylan Dingler, the only run on this one in a home run, but we'll see if that changed. Maybe get some of the momentum changing in a different direction. Fellas, take us away for the end of this.
We shall see, Logan. Thank you. Wencel Perez is going to face Hunter Gaddis. Our Wolfside Windows pitching change is a guy who's got 3 career saves, and Cleveland is basically plumb out of pitchers after this. They've got 3 guys left who all have gone back-to-back days. So it's up to Gaddis to make sure that the end of the line is now. You see what lefties have done against him. The Tigers have left-handed theater coming up. It's very similar to the situation that Will Vest found himself in last night for the Tigers. The splits suggest one thing, but all you got is who you're facing, and all you got, if you're Stephen Vogt, is Gaddis against the Rally Caps. 1-1.
Seen the changeup, seen the slider. He'll use both of those against the lefty and the four-seam fastball.
The league OPS against his fastball is over 1,000 this year. The 1-2 fouled away, which is shocking considering the seasons he's had.
Yeah, some of that'll probably turn a little bit as the season continues. But he set that one up. He got to 2 strikes, then tried to go in. See if he tries to go with something soft.
Perez ladles it to right field. Lauder makes the catch.
Tigers need something in a big way. Getting ready to leave on an airplane to go to Baltimore. They got 2 outs left to try and not to concede to a sweep here against the Guardians.
Colt Keith. I mean, you're getting to the unprecedented territory, right? The Nationals are the team that everybody hangs on to through 50 games, winning the World Series in 2019. They were 19-31. But again, improbability is named that for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to happen that way.
The assignment gets more difficult. Also, there's things that when you get to a certain point that are out of your control. For instance, Cleveland running away with the division, no matter how good you play and try to come back.
Yeah,
you lose control. It's like now you're at the mercy of other teams maybe performing at a 500 clip or under.
2-2. They've met in the playoffs back-to-back years. Guardians and Tigers, and a measure of revenge for last year's bounce. There's out number 2. Keith takes strike 3. That's the 12th strikeout for Guardians pitching today.
Throws him on a corner.
We know the Guardians are founded on pitching and defense. So it's not surprising when they hold an offense down. But the Tigers' offensive troubles, we'll see if they turn. Zach McKinstry has a base hit to right. So the Tigers will have the tying run come to the plate here in the 9th.
That's a pretty good vertical right there, but McKinstry hit it too high on the line drive. See if Beerling can find him a hanging slider he likes. Porch it over that left field fence.
First pitch is a challenge.
Pitch, call a ball. The catcher is challenging.
Cleveland 5 of 6 in challenges, and now 6 of 7. Just nipped the corner.
Strike. Cleveland retain.
Manny Gonzalez is using shorthand on his challenge announcements. They've challenged so much today. 0-1. Nothing in 2. You see how tough of a job it is, though, as an umpire with that kind of call. I mean, he missed by, what, a 1/10 of an inch?
Yeah,
it's
nobody would ever say that you're doing a bad job if you miss that one.
Correct.
Either way.
0-2. Line foul right side.
Got to try to extend in a bat. Never give up. Play till the last out, the last pitch, the last out, the last game of the season. Tigers got a lot of games left this season. So they're going to have to continue to play baseball.
0-2. Strike 3. Cleveland has come into Detroit and swept the Tigers. 4 games to love. The Tigers at 20-31, their low water mark of the year. We'll have to look in the mirror and get right back on the horse tomorrow in Baltimore, but this is a really tough series.
Going to have to put the bandages on. Something's got to make the bleeding stop. And at some point, one win right now for the Tigers would feel really good. They weren't able to accomplish it this series against the Guardians. Heading to Baltimore. Keep playing ball.
It's all you can do, but Cleveland came in here and outplayed the Tigers for 4 wins. We say farewell from the booth for our producer Denny Blunt, our director Andrew Blaustein, our entire marvelous crew. For Johnny Kane, for Andy Dirks, Jason Benetti saying farewell. Cure Auto postgame with Logan and Andy is on its way next.
Torque and Scoop.
Welcome to Tigers postgame presented by Cure Auto Insurance. And man, just looking desperately for that light at the end of the tunnel right now. The Tigers have now lost 14 out of the last 16 games and trying to grind their way out of this thing at the moment as Cleveland continues to build that lead in the division now to 9.5 when it comes to the Tigers side of things, dropping all of the games of this series. And now it is off to